I just reviewed Meet Me in St. Louis before this. It was made so much earlier, but for some reason this movie feels so much more outdated. Both movies are pretty old and they're both pretty predictable, but Meet Me in St. Louis has this charm to it. Like everyone poured their heart and soul into this passion project in a medium that people didn't really even know what to do with just yet. This feels like someone in the year 2012 just made a super low budget art project-ish movie. If that's a compliment or an insult is up for you to decide. That's just the vibe I get from it. It doesn't stand out as being super revolutionary for its time compared to a lot of other stuff from the same era. I thought after Louis shot Harlan, the movie would get super intense, like action-packed, so I was surprised when it wasn't that. I was also surprised to see the Pennzoil logo on the gas station. I didn't know they've been in business for so long. Their marketing team comes across as filled with Zoomers. The whole age thing is weird. I don't know why this movie got me thinking about that. I mean, they try to pass off Brad Pitt as a student, which at the time he probably was of the right age, but it just feels weird now. But even the commentary that the movie is trying to give is kind of odd. Someone once told me something one day, which is hiring a babysitter is getting a teenager to act like an adult so adults can act like teenagers. To be a child, however, is what I consider to be a human being at its best, in its purest, most innocent form. Anyone acting with the curiosity and wonder of a child, to me, is completely understandable. Naive, but understandable. But during stages of your life where you're extremely influenced by culture and substances and things like that, your story needs to be much more relatable to me for it to actually resonate with me. And this might not be a problem from other people, but when I watch something, like, I've never been in love, but, I can understand wanting an oxytocin rush of being around the ones you like and having fun with friends and family. It's something I can relate to. I can't relate to the feeling of being scared of another person and what they do to me. If I get demonetized, fuck it. I don't feel any fear of being raped. If someone tries me, I'll fight to the death. I feel ready to fight a bear. Obviously, I can't. But these emotions that I'm having right now, the raw, unhinged power of 22 years old, it's intoxicating. And it's telling me I could take over the world. I used to be scared of the dark when I was little. Like, so scared I wouldn't even put my hand in a dark room. I would literally cry and scream to avoid it. Nowadays, I actually like the dark. I kind of want those monsters I thought up in my head to come out and fight me. I feel like I could take them. I take walks outside every day. I used to do it during daytime, but now I take walks at night. I go to the gym every day, sometime between midnight and 3 a.m. And around 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. is around where I take out a couple hours to stream on Twitch. That's when I get stuff done, is when the sun goes down. When I hear someone walking up behind me at night, when I'm walking in my car at a gas station, I kind of hope they want to press me. I've gotten so much stronger since I last fought anyone. I'd love to see what I'm capable of in combat. That's my experience. Oh, also, I don't put up with people's bullshit, and also I don't drink, so it's triply unrelatable. The plot is decent though. It's kind of slow, but it has a really steady pace throughout the entire runtime, and I think the characters are pretty well written. They're for sure realistic. I buy it. I just can't relate. Later on, they do become a bit more relatable when they're on the road running from the cops and stuff like that. I thought when they kidnapped the cop, that was pretty cool. Not very relatable, but it's an interesting development. Put your characters into a precarious dilemma and see what hard decisions they have to make. I get it. And if you make it me versus them, I'm putting myself first every time. So at that point, I was paying attention and I was pretty invested actually. But then when they got the random truck driver to pull over, first of all, he's driving an oil freight truck. That truck's got somewhere to be. Why the hell would he pull over for some pussy? And second of all, you're running from the law. You're potentially on the verge of getting away with murder and starting your lives over with complete freedom. Possibly. Why the hell wouldn't you keep a low profile at a time like that? From one perspective, I understand the desire to do what they did, but there seems to be like a complete neglect of this whole other side of what a human would be feeling in that moment. And that's when they became completely unrelatable. It pulled me out of the movie. I couldn't relate to any of the characters after that point, not just Thelma and Louis, all of them. Oh, and also I can't find it on any sort of like in any decent quality on any of the pirate sites, like the popular ones. It might be on a streaming site or something, but I don't know. But they chose a pretty good car for the road trip. 2 out of 10.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch. Let's get some pussy tonight.
Okay, ready?
If I have to do this, based on stereotypes that are totally untrue,
that I do not agree with. You would maybe not be a very good driver.
Oh man, am I a woman?
Yeah. That's all. What's